All right, Scott, you ready to go golfing?
Oh, I'm ready. For a whole lot more videos like this one, check out our channel, give us a like, and subscribe.
Well, Scott, you and I went golfing with Golf With Your Friends, and you and I had a bit of a different experience. What was your overall impressions of Golf With Your Friends from Blacklight Interactive?
Yeah, my first impressions of this game were I have a hunger that I wasn't aware of for a mini putt kind of game that you can play with friends, and I'm a big fan of couch co-op, so I gave this one a whirl, and it has some flaws to it, but I definitely had a good time with this one. What was your first impression?
Well, so I played a lot of mini golf games, and my first impression didn't really strike home, to be honest. It has a bit of a struggle with the fact that each course, over the 12 holes that they have, allow you to go in and play. The courses are all themed, which I appreciate, but the theme is very lacking with each course. So if you go into the pirate theme, for an example, they have a skull, which is awesome. Makes a lot of sense, Scott, to be there, but it's not there until you get onto like hole 15 or near the end of the course. And there's a lot of those lacking themes throughout the entire game per course that I thought was just unfortunate. It needed to be there to drive home the fact that I am on a pirate course. Give me ships, give me chests, give me, anchors, some swords, whatever. Make it really dominate within that, and so I feel like I'm in a pirate theme and then have them interactive as well, like the one they have of the skull. Like if you shot hard enough and hit the right angle, you're able to go through the nose, which then carried on to other aspects of the course, which was awesome, but it wasn't there throughout a lot of it. So that's a big problem for me. And then overall graphically, man, it was just really lacking. I think if they would have had the polish and made it look like they're going for a cartoony feel, right? Absolutely very cool. I can appreciate it. Instead, I got clipping and like just muted graphics and things I don't really care for, unfortunately, to drive home a solid experience. And it's really, overall, Scott, it kind of felt really lacking to me.
Yeah, those are both really good points. I like the fact that they did go with somewhat of a cartoony look, but they didn't go the full measure. Even if it was just cell shaded on top of whatever's going on, it would have looked a lot cleaner. Sometimes when you often fall off the map or fly off the board, so to speak, and you end up on the floor where there's a bunch of different clipped mesh textures kind of just jumbled together. It's not a very good look. That's for sure. I had a couple other issues where I would be too close to an object or something when I would go to hit the ball, and it would just bounce around all crazy and get like a weird trajectory. So there's definitely some a little bit of polish that's needed on this one. I think you're also correct when it comes to the theming of the levels. I played the space station one right off the start because I really like space, and it took until like round 15 or 16 or something before the anti-gravity really took off and the levels really got imaginative. Before that, it was just kind of skinned to look like spacey aluminum or something.
It's just not enough.
No, it wasn't heavy enough that I would have really enjoyed it. The only time it was heavy enough was for the worms level. So there's 11 courses out at the moment, and the 11th one is the worms, and it's super busy. There's so much explosions and like airplanes flying overhead and tanks shooting and bombs falling. It looks really cool, and I wish they had been that stuck to the theme for all of the courses. The Candyland one comes to mind. It's skinned very colorful and looks nice, but it doesn't really have anything Candyland. There's no weird candy canes to bounce off of. It was very relaxed and more.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
It's a
more
missed
of just a
opportunity
visual.
is what it is, Scott. Like, if they were to follow suit with the Worms theme that they did, and first of all, shout out to Team 17 for giving them the ability to do that, to use one of Team 17's properties in Worms and bring it over into Golf with Friends. I thought was fantastic, and is easily the best golf course they have within the game. Like you
For
said,
sure.
the rest of them are just you're hit or miss. I found one hole would be great, the next hole would be okay, and then the hole after that would suck. Like, it was just unfortunate that I was just having too many issues. Like, it wasn't consistent enough. If everything was okay, that would be better than having a good map, get your hopes up, go into an okay course, and then get followed up by a really awkward or bad one. Like, and when I mean awful, I'm talking about the Dino stage. That course is one of the worst within the game, and because of the issues that you have in it, like, there's this one hole, Scott, that you have rib cages from a dinosaur. Dude, makes absolute sense. But again, this goes later on within the course itself. But then to get through all the rib cages doesn't make any sense if it's a golf ball. The ball needs to roll. I can't roll in between these cages. Instead, I'm bouncing. And the problem is, Scott, I can't predict or expect my ball to go somewhere. Like, I'm looking to aim for the pin, and it doesn't, because I'm hitting one of the rib cages, which then bounces to another one and then bounces off another one. So you have no predictability or what to expect when you're playing that course at all. And I was getting mad, and it was frustrating, and then my time just ran out. And that's the other thing. You are timed for each hole. You have 2 minutes. To have a free look, so you can actually take your time. Not really, because you have 15 seconds to browse around to figure out where the pin is. Why they have that, I don't know. Scott, you did mention to me earlier off camera that you can change that.
That is one of the saving graces about it, is for all of these pitfalls that the game does have, there is a customization where you can change just about everything about the game type, including you can change it to a puck or a different kind of ball. Like, that kind of tweak, it changes the courses. So it makes me think that maybe some of these courses, like the dinosaur, were kind of designed with the party aspect involved, where you have double jump ability and different power-ups that would help you kind of get through that. But it's not fair when you're just playing classic mode, and it's really difficult. Another thing that's interesting about the customization is that you can tweak how your ball looks as opposed to somebody else's. You can change the color, you can change the trail of it, and you can add like a topper. So mine is a little golden ducky.
That's awesome. I have a dino head on top of mine, so it just rests on top as your ball travels the course. I actually really like that part. It's probably one of the coolest features within the game. But overall, as you said, Scott, there's a party mode. All right, so you can play up to 12 friends, online, offline, have a great time playing co-op. But if you're playing co-op and you have so many people, why can't you have other controllers connected? You're all sharing one controller, and it just seems awkward from a couch co-op perspective. I appreciate the fact that they have couch co-op. Love it. Kind of would hope that would be there, but at the same time, you can't add another controller, which is just weird to me.
Yeah, that, and you're unable to bring a guest online. So you can play offline or online, but you can't really mix the two. And that's just kind of one little nitpick that would really open this game up to a lot of players.
Well, Scott, there was our golf experience with Golf with Your Friends from Blacklight Interactive. What do you score in this one?
Well, the game does have some holes, like we've pointed out, but I did have overall a really good time playing with somebody else on the couch. The games can go pretty long, and that music is only really good for the first few minutes, but that's my only real problem with this game. I want to give this one a 6.5 out of 10.
I think that's fair. I'm a little bit lower than you. I think there's just too many potholes within each course. You never know what you're expecting or what you can predict at times, and the fact that the themes aren't there that are predominant enough for each of them just cuts me down to a 5.5.
Drew and I had mixed opinions on this one. This is a fun multiplayer experience with a lot of levels and customization. However, the themes are not fully explored, and the visuals are disappointing at times.